have a 20-minute class here of lots and lots of fun. I'm going to lead you through some poses that I hope will wake you up and get you really vibrant and ready for your day. We're going to have animal poses and all sorts of other poses, and I really hope you enjoy it. I want you to begin standing up. So stand up with your feet really well together, look down and actually make sure that they're together, and then pick up all of your toes and separate them, and then bring them all down, plink, 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 like you're playing the piano, dish. Now first we're going to be rockets. So I want you to bring your arms up overhead and bring your hands together over your head. A little bit forward is fine, but if you can bring them back a little bit, do. And we're going to look up at our thumbs and reach up for the stars. Now keep reaching up, but look forwards now. And then we're going to turn the corner a little bit because we're going to try and find a star over there on the right. So bring your hands to the right. Then bring your hands over to the left because we're going to change direction. Now go back over to the right. Keep reaching up, and then go back to the left. Now look up at your fingers. Bring your hands straight up again, and then get a little bit taller. And then bring your hands down in towards your heart and down by your side. Good. Now we're going to be stars. So really widen your legs as our rocket reach the stars. Bring your arms all the way up and stretch your star to be the biggest star that you can make it. So press your feet down and reach your fingers long and become a really good star. Now, I want you to turn one of your feet out towards the edge of the mat, because this star is going to become a surfer. Now, I usually call this warrior pose, but I was corrected by a friend today, Abby, who told me her little boy said this is actually called surfer pose. So bend that knee and come into surfer pose, surfing across the universe, all around the stars. And then look over that hand that's over the bent knee and imagine that you're surfing on a surfboard around the universe, visiting all the stars. Now we're going to change direction. So straighten that leg, turn the toes towards me, turn the other foot out and surf to the other side. We're holding this a little bit long here because this is a strong surfer. He's got power, or she's got power. Now straighten that leg again, go back to the other side. We're going to do this a bit more quickly. Straighten that leg, come back again, surf to the other side. And then one more change, turn. And then turn. And then go back to star. All your toes pointing towards me. Are your arms aching? Bring them onto your hips. Now, bring your feet together. If you can jump and do this, go for it. Otherwise, just go heel toe together. Now, we're going to balance our surfer now. So, turn this foot out, this leg, your left leg, and bring your fingertips down to the floor. Sometimes this pose is called half moon, but I'm calling it balancing surfer. Bring your fingertips down to the floor, pick up that back leg. If you like to call it half moon, then please do. That will kind of fit in with all our stars and universe story. If this is going well, then bring your top hand up. And if your balance is good, you might want to try and turn your head and maybe look a little bit more up towards the ceiling, but that might ruin everything, but that doesn't matter. Just come back into your balancing surfer as best you can. Now we're going to do it to the other side. So bring your hand onto your hip, step back, change sides, balancing surfer with your right leg. Bring your fingertips down to the floor. Bring your leg up. If any mums and dads or aunties and uncles are doing this, or whoever is big in your household, see how good their balance is. I bet yours is better. Sparkle your back toes. And again, maybe challenge your balance a little bit here and look up a bit more towards the ceiling, maybe. And then come back into star pose. Okay. Back to surfer. Turn this leg out, bend the leg. And then go straight into balancing surfer from here. So bring your hand onto your hip, step your back foot forward, bring your fingertips to the floor and balance again. Reach that top hand up. Now we're going to go back to surfer, walking quite quickly here now. Bend that leg, go back to surfer, straighten this leg, turn the foot forward, turn the other foot out, bend that leg, come to normal surfer, then balancing surfer. Bring your hand to your hip, step your back foot forward, pick up that back leg. Remember to sparkle the toes, bring your hand down, and maybe reach that top leg up. Reach, reach, reach. And then go back to normal surfer. Straighten that leg, bring your hands to your hips, turn all your toes to face me, and then again either jump or heel toe your feet together. I'm going to do lots of little jumps. Good, okay. Now, we're going to stay in the air, this time as an eagle who's actually having a bit of a rest. So bring your feet together, bend both of your knees, pick up your right leg and wrap it around your left. So we're balancing again here. This is an eagle perching on a branch, having a good look around. Now you can keep your hands low on your hips here, or bring your arms ahead. You can keep your hands like this, or try and wrap your arms around. So you're going to bring this arm, the right arm, under. And then see if you can bring your hands right in front of your nose. How's the balance going? Now unravel your arms, bring your hands onto your hips, unravel your right leg, and place it onto the floor, and we'll do eagle on the other side. So pick up your left leg, wrap it around your right. Remember to bend this right knee. This is like you're making very tight rope. Squeeze your legs together. Now if your balance is a little dodgy and you're jumping around a lot, just keep your hands like this, it'll help. Or bring your arms ahead of you, bring your left arm under, and finish the eagle pose. If your hands are like this, again, try and bring your hands right in front of your nose. Then unravel your arms, bring your hands onto your hips, and then bring that leg around. Good. Now we're going to come into puppy dog pose. So we're coming more into animals now. Bring your knees down to the floor. Go a little bit towards the back of your mat. And then walk your hands forward and try and keep your bottom straight up in the air as you bring your head down to the floor and really stretch your arms. Press your hands very flat. And stay here for a few more breaths. So we're not balancing here. We can really stretch and open up our chests and breathe deeply without having to worry about falling over. If you're falling over, then you shouldn't be. Move your legs further away from each other, a wider distance apart if you are falling over. Now, wag the puppy dog's tail. So move your bottom a little bit to the left and the right a few times. And then be still, and then come into normal downward facing dog. So from here, pick up your feet, pick up your knees. So now it's just your hands and your feet on the floor. And again, wag your doggy tail. Move your bottom from the left to the right, from the left to the right. A happy dog. And then be still. Now we're going to do dragon pose. This is one of my favorites. So bring your feet together and step your right foot forward in between your hands. And you might need to use your right hand to help you bring that foot all the way forwards. Good. Now bring your back knee down to the floor. Bring both of your hands onto your right leg and push yourself up. Now bring your arms up overhead and then turn your palms to face towards me. Actually, I'm going to change. You stay where you are, but I'm going to change so you can see. And separate your fingers. So like that. Reach up and then wide. You're like a very big, courageous dragon, breathing fire. He's coming out of his cave and saying, hello world. Breathing fire, getting big. Good. Now come back into downward facing dog. So look down at your front foot, bring your hands down. Step that right foot back, and then step your left foot forward. Bring your back knee down, bring your hands onto your knee, push yourself up. Good, now we're going to do dragon on this side. So bring your arms up, separate your fingers, bring your hands back maybe a little bit more this time, raise your heart, squeeze your legs strong, look up at the sky. 3, 2, 1. Now look down and go back into downward facing dog. Now walk your hands all the way back to your feet and bend your knees and come into a squat. We're going to do jumping frogs. So from here, Bring your hands to the floor just ahead of you. Press your hands down and jump forwards. And then keep doing that all the way to the front of your mat. Hands forward, little bunny hop, froggy hop, I should say. You can be a bunny if you want to. And then come all the way forwards. Have you got to the top of your mat? If you have, go back again. Bring your hands back. Little jumps. Lots and lots of little jumps. This is good for making you really strong. All the way to the back of the mat. Good. And then come into snake, into cobra pose. So walk your hands all the way forwards. Keep your feet here. Bring your tummy down to the floor. Bring your hands to the floor, to the sides of the mat, and curl up into snake. Now this snake is having a really good look around, so turn to the left, turn to the right, turn to the left again, turn to the right again, strong arms. One more time, turning, and then turning again, and then come all the way down and rest here for a moment. Bring your hands underneath your forehead and rest your forehead onto the back of your hands. Okay, that's enough resting. From here, we're going to stretch the frog's legs. So bring one arm up. Bend the other leg, so bring your left arm up, bend your right leg, reach around with your right hand, and bring your foot in towards your bottom. Do this carefully. Don't do it too quickly. Now release, and do the other side. Reach around, grab your foot, gently bring your knee in towards your bottom so you feel a nice stretch on the front of your leg. Let's do that again. Release that foot. Come back to the first side, stretching the frog's legs. Release that, come back to the second side again, last one. And then release. Now we're going to do cobra again, the snake pose again. Bring your hands by the sides of your legs and raise your chest. This time just looking forwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now go back into dog pose, downward facing dog. Stretch out, wag your doggy tail again. And then be still. Now bring your knees down to the floor. Another animal, we're going to do camel pose this time. So tuck your toes under so your heels are up. Bring your hands onto your hips. Raise your chest, squeeze your shoulders together on your back, lean back a little bit, raise your heart, but keep pushing your bottom forwards. Now stay like this, or maybe you can touch one heel and touch the other heel, and then open up. Try not to let your head drop back too much, so keep looking forward a little bit. Now bring your hand back onto your hip, come up, and then do it again. Raise your heart, squeeze your elbows towards each other. Now the other hand moves first this time. So pick up the other hand, put it onto the heel. And then the second hand onto the heel. So you're starting with different hands each time. Now raise your chest, push your bottom forwards towards the front of your mat. Open up your heart. Now the second hand comes onto your hip again, and then the other. And then sit onto your heels. So you're kneeling. Twist towards the left, twist to the other side, go back again, twist again. Now this time your arms are going to come up. Twist, and twist, and twist, and twist. Last one, twist, and twist. Now we're going to come into mouse pose. So sometimes this is called child's pose. From here, bring your hands down to the floor and then walk your hands forward, really stretching your back. Bring your head down to the floor and rest. Just stay here for a few moments. Try and keep your arms really straight and strong, a little bit like they were when you were in puppy dog pose. Then from here, pick your head up. Walk your hands back and sit cross-legged. and then come forward again. Walk your hands forward. Don't try and come forward too far, just a little bit. And notice how that feels in your legs. Then walk all the way back. Now we're going to lengthen and stretch the side of your body. So bring one hand down to the floor, reach the other one up, and then the other side. Breathe really deeply here, and come down. Now lean back and change the cross of your leg, so now it's the other leg in front. And come forwards again. Reach, 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 and stretch. If you can, press your feet down into the ground. Come all the way up. And then stretch again. Bring one hand down to the floor, reach long. Doesn't matter which arm you do it with first. And then the other side. And then come all the way down. Now we're going to do spaghetti legs. So lie down on your back and cross one leg completely over the other leg. And bring your knees in towards your heart. Bring your hands onto your legs and gently bring your legs in. Now change sides, so take your hands away, uncross that leg, put the other leg on top, draw your legs in. Then we're going to come into bridge pose. So uncross your legs, knees bent, feet on the floor, push your elbows down, so that you can bring your shoulder blades a little bit closer to each other under your back, and then pick up your bottom. Either grab the sides of your mat, or maybe you can interlace your fingers underneath your bottom and push yourself up into a high bridge. Now when you do this, try and squeeze your legs a little bit towards each other. 3, breathe deeply. 2, look up at the ceiling. 1, then release your hands, collapse your bridge, come all the way down, and then come to rest. So lengthen your legs long down the mat. This is a really important pose, so I want you to try and stay here really still. So the point of this pose is that you're very relaxed, almost as if you're about to go to sleep. And you just feel the weight of your body on your mat. And try and let all your muscles turn into custard or jelly or whatever it is, whatever your favorite wobbly dessert is. Your body is now very loose. If you want to close your eyes, please do. We're going to stay here for a little bit longer, and I'll ring the bells when it's time for you to come out. Really relax and rest. And be still. Notice where your body is touching the ground, and try and soften down, snuggle down a little bit more. Stay lying down. Now slowly bend your knees one leg at a time and roll over onto your right side and stay here lying down on your side. Keep your eyes closed. Then push your hands down into the floor and bring yourself up into a seated position. So you're sitting down again. Sit cross-legged and bring your hands onto your legs. And when you press your hands down onto your legs, lengthen the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Then do a couple of shoulder rolls back and then 2 forwards And bring your hands into your heart. Lower your head so you look down at the floor and your chin touches your fingertips. Then bring your hands down onto your legs. Raise your chin up, look forwards. Namaste. Well done, guys, good stuff. I hope that you enjoyed that class. Do leave any comments here if you can, if you want to. Remember to click the thumbs up, to subscribe to my channel, and come back. I'm going to put lots more kids classes up over the next few weeks. So keep coming back if you want to move your body a little bit, have a nice stretch, have something to do that's fun and interesting. Just open up YouTube and look for my classes and join. Thanks a lot. Thanks for practicing with me.